back again. Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to another very special episode of This or That Sports TV. I'm your host, Jomar,
I'm Rush.
and we're back again, bro.
Yeah, man, we're there. We're talking about some reasoning, bro. Um, we haven't spoken about the Reggae Boys in a minute. I won't even talk about them. A lot is going on, isn't me? We have a couple Reggae Boys to talk about, but right now we need to talk about the match that was just played and Jordan that we're going to face in a few. You see me? So people, before we get into the video, don't forget to like this one. Leave a comment and subscribe to This or That Sports TV. The one more thing for us, no.
Share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get us 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, you know how many subscribers that'll get us by the end of the day, people?
Yeah. And the loyal ones, the day ones are going to know something different, bro. They want to see the set. They want to see set. When them see what going on the jersey running.
I said, bro, you have to switch it up again.
This or that same way.
This or That Sports TV, you know, the brand new Jamaican Adidas jersey to have to come with style, the real way and the right way. And that's exactly what we're doing. You know, switching it up a little bit for them.
Straight up. Bro, what go on? Where they pan?
Earth.
Mm.
Can't say nothing more
Tell me
about
something good, bro. Tell me something good. How you feeling?
it. Well,
Is it a good time to be a Reggae Boys fan?
yeah, of course. You know, confirmation that all the big guns will be playing in the Gold Cup recently. You know, I didn't doubt it for a second, but I'm happy that it's confirmed. Still not hear about the Mario Grace, so that's a
Yeah.
bit disappointing.
Still iffy. I would think we did get confirmation, but that is a video in itself. You see me? So, yeah. Good time to be a Reggae Boys fan. You know, excited for the summer. Excited for all the content we're going to produce and all the topics that we're going to discuss. But right now, let's talk about the Qatar game. Let's do a review of the Qatar game that was played last week on the 15th, right? So the starting lineup. I go to the starting lineup, we'll talk about the game and what could have been different and rate the players. So we started with Jamali Wait in goal. Amari Bell at left back, Adrian Mariappa captain the team, Richard King, Lembi Kisa, Paris, Latibo there in midfield. That was an interesting selection, I think. Jonathan Russell, Bijan Richards, Shaman Nichols and Corey Burke. For the two, yeah. And apparently 4-4-2 is one of this coach's favorite system to play.
Well, I don't necessarily think that's a 4-4-2.
Yeah, man, Corey Burke did central for a lot of the play. And what I did see, in fact, was Shaman Nichols was dropping off. You know, and after times drifting.
For the most part, it looked like we had Bijan on one wing and one of the other forwards on the other wing.
Time Paris was on the other wing, bro.
And it seemed like
he was
Corey
drifting
Burke
a lot.
outside a lot.
You think so?
It looked like two forwards to you?
Yeah. I think they were drifting a lot and they were roaming a lot. Yeah. And the thing is, even if it was a 4-3-3, I think the system is a fluid system that he plays. Yeah. And I really believe he likes to have multiple forwards in the box. And that is why he starts with, you know, we see Shaman Nichols, we see Mikel Antonio in a starting lineup. We see Liam Bailey playing a more central role. We don't call it a half forward, him drop off a lot, play in a number 10 role, which I like, and I think that's where he needs to play, especially if the Mario ever come. You see me? We see him and Shaman Nichols now playing at the head. And him start with Corey Burke and Shaman Nichols. Even if one was drifting out to the wide, it's still two centre forwards. You know, it goes scoring instinct. I think this coach likes to have two forwards in the team. I think he wants to score goals, and I think this team needs goals. I think we have a good defense on our day. We have one of the best defenses in CONCACAF. Honestly, I believe so. We have some really good players, but scoring goals, I think, is where Jamaica need to, take it up another notch. So I don't necessarily have a problem with the system. I know we spoke about the system after the Trinidad and Tobago game, and this is another opportunity to criticize the system. I don't have a problem with it. I like how the ball was moving in the midfield and the defense. I feel like when it got to the attacking third, the ball was moving way too slow, and it seemed like we were waiting for someone to create some magic. And we scored from a penalty. We didn't create much chances from open play, albeit we should never have lost this game. We got enough chances too. I'd say draw the game at least. But still no problem with the system. What do you think about the system?
As I said, I think it was dynamic. For many parts in the game, it looked like a forced easier to me. It looked like Kaim Paris was wide, but Kaim Paris is also central a lot. Holding up the ball, making a lot of plays from in the middle of the park. I did see Corey Burke drift wide for quite a bit of the game. You know, obviously Whisper stayed wide consistently throughout the whole entire game. So it looked as though it was a case where Russell and Latiba they were holding. Kaim Paris had the free roll. That's what I think. And Corey Burke kind of drifted wide with Whisper. So that's kind of how I interpreted based on what I saw.
But then you say if he's playing Corey Burke on the wing, I feel like we have better. No, he could have set up a team better then. You know, I feel
on the day who was going to be the wide player on the day.
Kaim Paris should have been the wide player.
But I think Kaim Paris has the ability to be that roaming central midfielder and a creative player. And we did see it in the game.
Definitely. Now I think obviously the coaching was better than I do. But what I would have done obviously is play Kaim Paris on the wing, play Corey Burke as the main forward, and give Shaman Nicholson that. You know,
the thing about it is, I'm thinking he just tried Kaim Paris in that free roam era. Obviously, as a child, we did have the likes of Daniel Johnson on the bench who did come on.
Yeah.
We do have.
Interesting that he didn't start. Yeah, and he started Latiba there.
We do have a Ravel Morrison. We do have. We do have a Omar Hutchinson. You know, we do have players of that ilk who play in a similar free roam position in the middle of the park. So that's what I saw. Obviously, Kaim Paris did play wide for a lot, but I did see him in the middle of the park, you know, more controlling the pace of the game. And we've seen Corey Burke play wide from time.
Yeah, we've seen it.
So that's how I interpreted the formation. Like two holding midfielders, two pivots, which was Latiba there and Jonathan Russell. Kaim Paris with a free roll, and then the three forwards, Whisper, Shamar Nicholson, and Corey Burke. That's how I kind of interpreted it by what I saw.
It was very fluid though, and that was one thing that I liked about it.
Yeah.
No, tell me what you think about the performance.
Well, as you mentioned something about how the ball was moved, you know, at the back. Latiba there and Russ looks very comfortable on the football as central defensive midfielders, and I don't mind.
Latiba there is I get to it when I
don't mind a double pivot. You know, especially when we have two competent players.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we'll be playing better teams. Probably not this World Cup qualifier. To be fair, we shouldn't be playing the better teams this World Cup qualifying. But like, let's say in the Gold Cup, where we might encounter teams that are similar or better than us talent-wise. It's good that we can have two holding midfielders to move the ball, spread it wide, and even Latiba there was advancing the ball forward from time to time. You know, I'm happy that he made his debut. Central defender. You know, so starting high up the park, playing beside Russell, I think it looked good. You know, I think Latiba there is very competent in football. We already know what Jonathan Russell is good for based on what we saw in their Azteca a few months ago. I liked how they advanced the ball. You know, Karim Paris was a shining star in the game. You know, we'll get to the player rating soon. But as the way we looked comfortable on the ball, we look extremely comfortable on the ball. I can see the off the ball movement. Definitely looks like it's improving. You know, we're making runs off players, we're getting into positions, and we're passing the ball way more frequently than we've ever passed the ball before. Yeah. And that's an encouraging sign.
Yeah, and I like the build-up play, but the one thing I would want to see improve, and that comes with, you know, an injection of better players for the Gold Cup, is more quality on the ball in the attacking third. You know, whenever the ball gets up there, it needs to be moving fast. You know, an interesting thing that I like. Obviously, we know as Jamaican fans, we lack a proper stadium. I feel like we're still looking for that. Jonathan Russell has an opportunity to lock down that spot. You know, Kevin Lambert, I think we agree that he's
the backup.
He's the backup. No, it is interesting that he went with Latiba there, who is a centre back, playing that role. Maybe he has the ability to play a stadium right there. Instead of going for Daniel Johnson, who is a safe option, who is the option that everybody would have predicted to start there.
I think they went for a double pivot. You know, I think he's preparing for the fact that they might be facing, you know, opening games against the United States in a week and a half from now. So he's preparing for the fact that, you know, obviously USA released their roster. It's not a strong roster, but they still have good players. Not their strongest roster, but they still have good players. He's anticipating that he might come under pressure. You know, he might need that security as that second central defensive midfielder. And keep in mind, Daniel Johnson is not an 8, nor is he a 6. Daniel Johnson is a number 10.
True.
You know, he only plays a deeper role when playing for the national team. So I think he went for 2 6s, just to try and see how well the double pivot looks and how it works. And Latiba showed that he can hold his own in the center of the park.
Yeah. A performance, I'd say an average performance, average to good performance. I want to see us play better football, but it's a weekend team, you know, not a full complement of players that I want to see. It's a B team, and I feel like a good showing. Qatar is a World Cup team. You know, Qatar, obviously they weren't their strong self, but still, I feel like we could have put in a better performance. I feel like we should have put in a better performance. let's get to the player ratings. Jamal waiting goal.
Jamal waiting goal. Coming up with good saves from time to time. You know, he still looks comfortable, he still looks confident. Conceding 2 goals, but I don't think he was complicit in any of them. You know, I have to say a standard 6 for Jamal Wait.
I feel like
Jamal, a few good saves.
Interesting. I feel like Jamal Wait, and this is a take I'm going to make right now, and I feel comfortable making it. I feel like Jamal Wait secured his spot in this national team going forward.
The number 13.
Yeah.
Even though he was wearing 23.
I like what I saw from Jamal Wait, and he's yet to let me down. I don't see many mistakes in his game, bro. You know, and not to pick on anybody, but you know, I'm on that way of odd mistake. You know, and by the odd mistake, I mean schoolboy errors. I don't see Jamal Wait making any mistakes. If he's not sure about it, he's going to kick the ball away. You know, the save that he's supposed to make, he's going to make.
And his handling looks solid.
Very secure. Bro, I feel like he is the first backup going into the Gold Cup and going forward for Jamaica right now. He's 24 years old. I like it. You know, I like what I saw from Jamal Wait in this game. I'm going to also give him a 6. We conceded 2 goals, can't give more than that. But you did your part and you didn't contribute to any of the goals that we conceded. Right. Let's speak about Amari Bell. I can start with Amari Bell. I feel like he left a bit to be desired, bro. I feel like it wasn't his best game. I feel like it was a good game from him. And I'm going to talk about Lembikisa in the same light. I feel like our wing backs had a poor game.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it was the first goal. Obviously, the wingers weren't helping. But come on, we have to do better than that. You know, the defending from Amari Bell wasn't great. I know he's a better defender. I know he's a better player. Obviously, a lot of new players are in this team and he's not used to playing with a lot of them. Mariappa and King was the central defensive partnership. But Amari Bell could have done better. His one-on-one defending could have been better. They gave us a lot of problems coming down the wing, down his side, and down Lembikisa's side. So I'm going to give him a 5. 5, a little below average.
Yeah, as I said, Amari Bell, both wing backs, as I said, both wing backs weren't good. They made a lot of mistakes. They didn't give us a lot going forward, especially Lembikisa. Now I'll go 5, like we're talking about wing backs right now. I'll go 5 for Bell, 4 for Lembikisa. Yeah. Lembikisa, young player, still the guy for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a good performance, not a good showing.
No, and in fact, I think it was a bad showing. I'm going to go for both goals. He had a hand to play in both goals.
For sure.
The first goal down the right side, that was an overlap. Albeit didn't get much help from the winger on that side. And we'll get to the winger. But just out of place ball watching, something that we complain about a lot. The second goal, bro. Oh my God. He went for a clearance. He went for a headed clearance. Headed the ball down inside the box. That's schoolboy defending. You cannot do that. And that's one of the first things that they teach you when you're learning to play football. If a defensive clearance is a header up. An attacking clearance, an attacking header is one down. You know, it almost seemed like he was taking a shot, bro, and that led, obviously, it wasn't the next action after, but they got a shot after that, hit the post, and then subsequently they scored a goal. So he contributed to the 2 goals. I'm going to give him a 4. Obviously, he drifted in and out of the games in terms of going forward, but defensively, which is his job, wasn't great. 4. Let's go for Mariappa.
Agent Mariappa, as I said, defensively, you know, I don't think we're very good defensively today.
As a pair, and
our defenders going forward weren't bad, but our defenders doing their primary responsibility, which was defending. And I don't think we're as confident. I don't think we're as solid. More and more, Richard King is showing that he's not probably as good as we expected him to be. Going forward, I don't think Richard King makes this 23. My opinion, considering that Latibody just made his debut, you know, there are other defenders out there that might want to retain a spot in the Jamaican team. You know, I'd say 5s across the board for both central defenders. Mariappa, though sometimes, you know, demonstrating good touch, making good passes, you can see he has lost a step.
Yeah.
He's not the same man that he was. Still one of Jamaica's all-time greatest central defenders, and an absolute legend in the football game. But he used to be a Premier League starting central defender and wing back. He carried his team from the Championship Reading to the Premier League. Like a solid all-time football player, but I just don't think he's at the level international anymore. And that's no indictment on him.
Yeah, and it's the twilight of his career, bro. He's winding down. He doesn't have much more games to play for Jamaica. It's all about the transition now and succession. Nothing special from Richard King or AJ Mariappa. Nothing special. Below par, below average. And, you know, interesting. Obviously we are going to talk about the coach in another. In fact, probably later on in this video. You know, in the post match interview, he said, you know, I think Guna asked him a question. Did they see any players today that, you know, stake a claim for the Gold Cup squad? You know what he said, bro? I don't know if anybody read into this what I did. More players shot themselves out than in. Bro, Richard King, you have to put in a better performance if you want to make the Gold Cup squad. You get me? I say Richard King is a player that I like. No, longing for a performance, you know, to not make me look like a fool about what I said 2 years ago. But you have to put, if you want to make the Gold Cup squad, brother, you have to put in a better performance than that. As I say, as a unit, the defensive unit wasn't good, but individually they were poor also. I feel like Richard King is one. Obviously, Lembikisa right now is a little bit shorter than Richard King. Richard King, sure. You get your move, brother.
Is starting right back.
Yeah, but that's also because you're not a shortage for that position.
So it's not a little bit sure. I'm sure.
He's sure.
Yeah.
So Richard King, I said that to say that Richard King
more defenders, more central defenders. Wizarding is still interested in playing for Jamaica. So, we're just bringing in Bernard. Latibode just made his debut. Ethan Pinnock is still to come. Damian Lowe will retain his position. Ever heard of a Michael Hector? He's still in and around the pool.
Right.
Like
Kevin Lambert can slip in and him dynamism make him important to the squad. Brother,
deep and central defender.
He was one of the most important players, and I feel like he needed to have a good game. Yeah. Richard King needed to put in a performance and remind the Jamaican fans why we've been singing on his name for, you know, why we've been calling for him to get a transfer, why he dominated the JPL for the last 2 years. But unfortunately, this wasn't the chance. And I think going forward, this Shane Beckford and Latibode will probably be the centre back period in the next game.
Both mid-20s.
They'll probably be
mid-20s.
Why if I was arguing so, why wouldn't I go with Beckford and Latibode in the next game to see how they look? Why would I give Richard King another chance?
Considering that Richard King and Mariappa were playing a position that's already filled.
And they played in the Trinidad and Tobago games?
That position, as I said, belongs to
Ethan Pinnock, Damian Lowe.
So that position and the position that Jamal Waite is played in is already filled.
Yeah.
So we're literally looking for two people to understudy Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock. That's for certain.
And he's around the age of
right back and left back are up for grabs, I think, still, even though I think Amari Bell and Lembikisa might be leading the race.
Yeah.
I do think Kemar Lawrence and Greg Lee would stake a claim for that left back position still. And I do think Javier Brown still has something to say about the right back position. But the two central defensive position slots are filled.
Yeah.
So there are only two more left. You're not fighting for 4 spots on the team.
I agree with you. And bro, I don't like when people make me a liar, bro. Richard King is a player that I expected much more from. Maybe the delay of his transfer is something that hurt his game. 100%. In fact, I'm convinced right now that it hurt his game. Playing another season in the JP. Exactly. Right now, and in fact, I'm wondering if he changed trajectory. I'm wondering. Obviously, he's still young, and I'm not going to put too much on the player. Everything is not about international football. They still can go on and make a lot of money and feed their family and whatever. But I just wanted to see more from Richard King. That's all. Let's talk about Joel Latibode, who's a centre back but played as a CDM, and I feel like gave a good showing of himself.
Yeah, and proved his quality, proved his level, playing at a championship level. Definitely showing his composure and his touch on the ball, his ability to pass the ball, his ability to get forward. At times I was wondering who is that, because how secure he looked on the ball. He did not look like a central defender playing a central defensive midfielder's position. He looked comfortable. I liked his turns, I liked his movement on the ball, and sorry, Devon Williams, but there's just one more person that just bumped you down the pecking order. And that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And he's also younger. And, a solid player. I'm excited to see where he goes for Jamaica. But he has to be, based on his performance, based on his 2 performances in this national shirt, has to be a lot going forward. I definitely think he's a good understudy for Jonathan Russell in that central defensive midfield position. And he'd definitely be a good understudy for either Ethan Pinnock or Damian Lowe in a centre-back position. And as for this game, it's a solid game. I don't think he was bad. I think 6.5.
Think he'll make the squad. He has to make the squad. He's a better Lambert.
Yeah.
You see how Lambert can play in the CDM, but also can fit in as a centre back at times. I feel like he's a much better Lambert. And if you have a utility player like that, I feel like that is also an insult to him, because he's a top. He plays he plays for Swansea, bro. He's not no utility player. He's a player that Jamaica, should use going forward.
100%. And I think.
What if we have him, bro? Like, he makes the Gold Cup squad for me. for sure. You know, so what rating did he give you?
I give him a 6.5.
I'm going to give him a 6.5 because
and bro, I'm talking about, as I understood, Jonathan Russell.
Mhm.
He's a centre back for Swansea, but he's a Swansea player.
Yep.
We may well see him start at that CDM role,
Mhm.
or we may well see a double pivot.
There we go. Jonathan Russell, someone who we are excited about, someone who we think can fill the CDM spot. But I also feel like he had a decent game.
Yeah.
I feel like he had a good showing. I like his turns, bro. You know, half turn is
Love
something
his
that
turns.
half turn is something that I see them. You have to have it in your locker.
Half turns and moving the ball forward.
He's not afraid to make a pass either.
He does that so well.
You know, so I'm excited about it.
He plays at his own pace, but he uses his first touch to get to where he needs to get to make the next play. And he's always scanning. He's always looking. And I think his transitional play from the defense to the midfielders, the wide midfielders or the forward, I think is exceptional.
Yeah.
And it's very good to watch. And defensively, he recovers and he tackles hard as well. And he's like 6'3". So that works. And
you know what? I was going to give him a 6.5, but I'm going to go 6 because I feel like, first of all, we lost the game. They are part of the defensive unit. They are part of the defensive cover that we need. I feel like they did well on the ball. They did well going forward. I feel like, as I said, the midfield passing and the defensive passing wasn't bad. I just had a problem with the passing in the attacking third. I'm going to go 6. What do you say?
We're rock with it.
Rock with the 6?
Yeah.
Kaim Paris. I feel like put a good showing in, bro, and give the coach something to think about. I feel like he was fearless.
Yeah, and I said I think he took on an encompassing role, like a roaming midfielder role, where he's all over the place, taking up the ball from like in the middle of the opposing's half and pushing it forward at any given time. I thought he made good runs. I thought he made good plays and good decisions. Cannot carry in Paris' hustle, cannot carry in Paris' game, and he definitely looks to be improving.
Yeah.
That's important. He looks to be getting better and better at football as time goes on, and we can't knock that.
Yeah, Kaim Paris. I like to see him in the squad. I wanted to see a full 90 from Kaim Paris. I wanted to see a proper game from Kaim Paris. I wanted to know if he's improving or what, because I don't watch him much, in club football. But I wanted to know what Jamaica have. We don't see him a lot for Jamaica. And I feel like he showed us that, oh, hey, I know that we have some other players in this position, but I can offer something to the national team. And I like what I saw from my 6.5, bro. I feel like we could have gotten more from him, but what he did with what he was given, 6.5 for me.
I would say, in my humble opinion, Kaim Paris is our best player on the park.
Ooh.
I think better than anybody else who will come now.
Yeah.
And I'll go 7.
All right.
Paris.
Never challenge that when we get to a player, but it's not a bad thing. Let's talk about Dujan Richards.
Once again, simple, solid player. I'm not even rating him
as a youngster
for his age.
No.
He fitted.
Does he look his age? Does he look like an amateur player?
In whichever way, not physically, not technically. He fit right in. He made good touches. He made good passes. He was
created
fearless.
Chances.
He ran at the opposition players, winning that free kick right outside of the box, which he then took and got it on target. Which, if we're judging him at a high standard, that's not a great free kick, right? But as a 17-year-old to even have the confidence to step up and to get it on frame, good on him. But the run where he won the free kick, exceptional. The respect that he's given in the team to be getting to keep those shots. There's a reason for it. I give him a 6.5 for his performance there. I think he was solid all around. I don't think he put a step wrong. I don't think he looked out of place. There's at times when he kind of got lost in the game, and I think he was absent for a bit. But we've seen that from the best of them. Yeah. And I'm giving him a 6.5.
You know what I like? You know what I like about Whisper? Obviously, the game will be taken away from you. If you ball watch for too long, bro, football is a game where if you watch the ball for too long, you don't be mindful and aware of your position, you'll get lost in the game. So I expect that from a 17-year-old. So obviously we have to balance. He's been thrown on the professional stage, but at the same time he is 17 years old.
Giving him a
so we have to balance it.
Giving him a player ratings, not for rating.
Rate him with everybody else. No, I expect him to drift in and out of the game. I expect that. If I was supposed to predict how his game would go, he would go in and out of the game. But you know when him drift out of the game, bro? The next time he get the ball, he might run at somebody. But you never realize. If him not get the ball for 5 or 10 minutes, the moment him get it, he might take on somebody, bro. And sometimes you're going to lose it, and that you ask that of your wingers. Take on people lose the ball, but the moment when you don't lose it, you're going to win a free kick, or you're going to create a chance for Shaman Nicholson. You get me? I say, which is something that I like. I feel like he didn't look like a 17-year-old. And that is something that I look for. He didn't look like a young player. anybody watching that game who wasn't a Jamaican fan, who doesn't know the age of the
I
the
bet the
players.
commentators were saying it though, because I saw I couldn't understand what the hell they were saying, but I saw the camera on him quite frequently. So I bet they were mentioning his age.
A neutral watching this game would not know that this kid is 17 years old. They would not know that this is what his third time playing for the national team, his second start. You know, they would not know that. And he was one of the best players on the team. He wasn't, I don't think he was my best player, but he created a clear-cut chance. I feel like he gave Shaman Nicholson a platter. And I don't know how he missed that chance. You know, Dujan Richards did that. The penalty that we won, Dujan Richards played the ball that Shaman Nicholson could have taken in his stride, but decided to let it run and run it down. And he won a penalty after that. So he impacted the game going forward a lot defensively, though. I have to criticize him. He wasn't there helping our wing backs. If you're playing as a right midfielder, although a lot of the attacking burden is on you, you have to help our defenders. You know, a lot of times they doubled up on our right, but they doubled up on Lembikisa, which probably led to him getting the score that he did. It's a little bit unfair. But defensively, I want to see a bit more tracking from Dujan Richards, and I want to see a bit more of, staying on it, when we don't have the ball. But overall, I'm looking right now at 365. Sometimes and they have him as a 7.1. He was Jamaica's second best player. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give him a 7. I honestly believe he was better than Paris, but not as good as Shaman Nicholson. And I feel like you're going to have a problem with Shaman Nicholson, but we'll get to it. Corberg.
Yeah, as I said, I give Dujan Richards a 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Understood.
Yeah. Corberg, energy and effort was definitely there, but I don't think I don't think he offered anything substantial to the quote unquote war effort. Besides that energy and tenacity that he always offers, but I don't think he gave us much on the technical front, giving us goal threat, providing opportunities and getting himself into the opportunities. And normally we know Corberg for a shot from far out, or for running
or a bully somebody.
Didn't see that.
Didn't get it. And I feel like Argumson saw enough. He took him off at halftime. It's harsh. But bro, we do have time for bad performances. We have too many players who want to play for Jamaica. We have too many good players right now to be given too many chances. Corberg a player that I like. Corberg, you know what you're going to get. He does what it says on the label, bro. He's going to work hard. He's going to bully people. He's going to get the odd chance, and he's going to take the odd chance. But this game wasn't his best game. I feel like it was an average performance from him. I'm going to give him a 6. Not much to talk about. Could have done better. Only played 45 minutes.
And because of that, that's why I'm giving him a 5.5.
Understood. Shaman Nicholson, the goal scorer. Talk to me.
As I said, Shaman Nicholson, got energy, got intensity, created chances, got himself taken down, ultimately scoring a goal, which is I'm rating him a 7. But I don't know, in my opinion, I just believe Kaim Paris' energy and Kaim Paris' playmaking really set a fire under this team from the midfield area, and I think that's why I gave Kaim Paris the edge. But Shaman Nicholson, a good performance, sir. He got the easiest opportunity of the day.
Boy. Bro, Shaman Nicholson is a player that I really like. I really, really like Shaman Nicholson. I feel like, going forward.
He's back on the scoreboard for Jamaica. It's been minutes since he scored a goal.
For sure.
So I needed this.
His record tapering off a bit.
Yeah.
Bro, Shaman Nicholson, man. A very skilled player, a touch player, a finesse player. I like what Shaman Nicholson offers to the boy.
100%.
He wins fouls. Shaman Nicholson is probably 6'4", 6'5". Yeah. He's agile. He knows where the goal is. I was surprised when he missed that chance. Because hours before, I think JFF Instagram page released a video of him taking some shots. Alright, somewhere on YouTube I saw him taking some shots. Hitting the corner. Some small goals in the big goal. Hitting it. Bro, I would have bet that Shaman Nicholson would have put that in the back of the net. Kick it down the
time on Sunday.
Of course. But outside that, he was winning fouls, not just the penalty that he won, but he was taking on players, keeping the ball close and turning them, which I don't know watch Shaman Nicholson, but you don't get that close to Shaman Nicholson around the box, but you're going to foul him. And when he won that penalty, I got a flashback of, I think, Nicaragua National Stadium. I got a flashback, but he did tuck it away, bro, and that's why I'm going to give him a 7.5. He created a few chances. He got a few chances, so being in position is a good thing. He was always pressuring the Qatari defense, and I feel like he was our best player. Obviously, Kaim Paris, Dujan Richards, Jamal Wade, he probably have something to say about that. They didn't do much wrong, but Shaman Nicholson was the one to win the penalty and give us a chance in the game in the end. So overall, I feel like it was a good performance from him. And going forward, give Mikel Antonio something to worry about, my boss. You see me? But it was a good performance. Let's talk about the coach. Hammer Argumson. Talk to me.
Football is a result driven sport. Not managing to pick up a result just yet is a bit worrying. But the output on the field, the tangible evidence that we can see, which is the way how they're playing, and the result against Mexico is something that we can harp on. I think because of that, he's garnered some credit in the bank. We need to start get some points on the board, though. We need to start getting some wins. This will affect our FIFA rankings. This last to Qatar. We needed a winner here. I think in the next game he'll get his first win. He'll finally catch, as they say. And I'm excited for that. But going forward, the way we're playing football, I think can only get better. I'm impressed with how we're playing football. I'm impressed with how dynamic we look on the field. And I can't say much bad. I can't say much bad about arguments right now, but we need some results. How would I rate him for his game? He didn't adjust much, and I think had we put our chances away, it could have been a more evenly matched game. Then I think Qatar might be slightly better than us, considering that we're not at full strength. But I guess how do you rate him? I rate him a 6. I don't know.
I give him a 6. Why? You have to win this game.
Yeah.
A weakened squad, but in hindsight, you have to win this game. Qatar was not that much better than us on the day. We're looking at the stats. We had more of the ball.
Yep. And we're moving the ball better.
We moved the ball. I feel like we moved the ball.
Being fair, besides that one Shamar Nicholson chance,
we won a penalty.
Qatar really were getting some good chances.
Yeah, they had more chances. They would work twice.
Yeah.
One of the times they scored the goal from the rebound. So whatever. They caught it. The upright ones.
Yeah, and they were in our back getting some errors.
Yeah.
Somebody waited to be active in the game.
Yeah.
So we can take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Qatar is a good team.
They are a good team, but the way Coach Gibson set up this team, I feel like he set up the team well. The team didn't quite execute what he wanted, but I feel like the way he approached the game was good. The team selection, I didn't have much to complain about. But still, bro, you have to win some games.
Yeah,
you have to win some games.
No. You have to get the players to score the goals.
No, this game wasn't about winning. I would know that. In 2 weeks' time, the games will be about winning.
Yep.
The Qatar game wasn't about winning, but now you make the Jordan game more so about not just winning, but a dominant performance. We need to see that because we need to give the fans some confidence, and we need Coach Gibson to start feel good. Obviously, he have credit at the bank, and I feel like he has more than a little bit of credit in the bank because of the performance that we're seeing on the pitch, and because of that Mexico performance, because of that sitting in there with Argentina until Messi come on. You know what? He's shown us that he knows what he's doing. He talks well, but still, as I say, it's a result-driven business. I'm not going to go on and on about it. 6 for me. From me for Argumson. Also, none of the substitutes never impact the game much. Standard 5s. We saw who?
Bernard,
Javian Brown, Demario Phillips.
Demario Phillips wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but not much to talk about. Didn't affect the game, or just kept it ticking over. You see me? Looking forward to Jordan, who is a team that's ranked worse than us. Not as good as us, I can say that.
Definitely.
Albeit, our best team. This is not.
Will you be seeing Andre Blake against Jordan or Canary Boys Clark?
I want to see Canary Boys Clark. I know what I'm getting from Andre Blake. I feel like right now, Andre Blake is there to keep it together. Andre Blake is there to be the captain of the team.
Yeah.
Andre Blake doesn't need to play against Jordan. What for?
I'm happy that he's there though.
No, yeah, like
I love that.
Right now, the coach say, Amal Knight, the coach say Miller.
So he doesn't need to carry, yeah.
When all night I play for.
And Andre Blake is good.
Make us see Boys Clark, bro. Make us see the kid. You see me, and I feel like he will start.
And as I said, I'm just happy that he made the trip. It's important that
he needs to be the captain.
The
players need to see him. The players need to respect him. They need to have a relationship with their captain.
He also needs to be the best goalkeeper in training.
There we go. Push the players. He needs to then Canary Boys Clark here tonight and show him, this is how we approach this is how we do this. This is how you prepare. Even though Canary Boys Clark is a professional, we can say that. But he's the captain of the team. He's the best. He's one of the best goalkeepers in this hemisphere, isn't he? So,
and not only is he the captain of the team, he's definitively the best goalkeeper, and he's one of the best players on the team, just as good as the likes of the Antonias and the Pinnocks and the Leon Bailers. I can put him on that level or just below that level.
Yeah,
sure. Top player could definitely be. Miles Turner and him were fighting for all-star starts. Fighting for goalkeeper of the year.
And Turner is a Premier League goalkeeper.
Think about that.
Yeah.
At Arsenal.
Yeah.
So Turner will win goalkeeper there this year, Andre Blake winning next year. Both of them were there head to head as the two best goalkeepers in the division. Right? So that's not an Zach Stephens. And Turner and Zach Stephens, look where they ended up from so Andre Blake is not a joke.
No scrub. No, the Jordan game coming up, bro. How would you set up any different in this game? What are you looking for in this game? I just said a while ago, this is a game that we must win and not just win, but dominate.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily there's no points to get from this game. Well, there are world ranking points to get, but there's no, competitive, table that we need to put points on. But we need a dominant performance to give the fans some confidence, to give the players some confidence. I need to say that one or two more players that we can, add into the squad. So tell me about Jordan, and then we are going to say who we saw from this trip that staked a claim for the Gold Cup.
Alright, first and foremost, as you said, I'd love to see Connor Boyce Clark go ahead and start this game. And who knows, maybe play a full 90 minutes. I think Jamal Wade booked his ticket to America.
That's right.
Connor Boyce Clark, I think he's already on the plane, but confirmed
it. Yeah.
And as I said, I'd like to see Lati Bodie play as a central defender instead of Richard King, probably beside Mariappa. Or maybe see what Bernard has to offer.
It's Jordan.
But I definitely like this Lati Bodie play there. Maybe pairing with Mariappa and Ratnak again. I'd probably go with Javian Brown. I'd probably go with Kemar Lawrence. And I'd go with
Kemar Lawrence there?
I think so.
I didn't see him on the matches. Can double check still.
Yeah, real quick.
No, he isn't there.
Oh, he's not there. Oops, my bad. I'd probably go with
injured. I'd probably
go Javian Brown.
Yeah. Hamstring.
And see what he has to offer in that situation. I'd go there. I'd start a much weakened team. Give players like Corey Burke another shot. Give players a shot, but playing in a similar system to what we expect him to play going forward.
Yeah.
But expectations to beat Jordan by at least 3 goals. I still want all the players start. I'd give Daniel Johnson a start, and
I'll definitely
allow
give
him
Daniel
to
Johnson
confirm his ticket as well. And not much expectations. And I don't think we play badly against Qatar. I think we can improve it and keep Whisper going, keep him ticking. Hopefully, he can get a goal.
There's not many players,
Yeah,
there's not many players.
I think it's 19.
Yeah, only players didn't play. Brandon Cover.
Who will be playing?
In this game, and Connor Boyce Clark and Jay Blake. Now for me, Boyce Clark starts this game. Bowser lead them out for me. Mario Poya good. It's Jordan. This Shane Blake for that body at centre back. Give Jonathan Russell another game. I don't need a defensive double pivot. Give Jonathan Russell and give Daniel Johnson a run. Kaim Paris on one wing again. Whisper on one wing again.
I think you play Kaim Paris. I think you play Kaim Paris.
Wherever he plays, I'm just saying.
And Daniel Johnson in the middle of the park.
Wherever he plays, I'm just saying that's the way I would go forward. Give Paris another chance to get on the score sheet and make people start calling me a brother. Because I feel like Kaim Paris is what it should be. That's the level that the players playing in schoolboy football and in the JPL. That's what they should be aiming for. Kaim Paris dominated in the League Cup. Kaim Paris came to the Premier League with Cavaliers and did some stuff, went overseas. The first move wasn't it. Then he got another move. Playing some football or in the Conference League. I know you're getting a call up for Jamaica. That's the hard work that we're talking about. That's what we want to see from some players. That's what we want to see from more players.
Yeah.
You see me? So I feel like Kaim Paris should be rewarded, bro. And I must say, keep Whisper going. He's going to be important for us, not only in the future, but I feel like this kid has something to offer right now.
I've been saying this.
You see me? So obviously the wing position we talk about Bobby Reed and Demar again, Levan Bailey.
I'm not saying Whisper is going to be a starter first. But Whisper can come on.
He's a wild card, bro.
The man can come on and score goals first.
He's a wild card.
I guarantee you he's faster than everybody except maybe Leon Bailey.
Maybe Antonio.
Man, faster than Antonio.
I think Antonio rapid, bro.
No, Antonio fast. Antonio fast like them, man.
Yeah.
Antonio fast.
Like no, Whisper a gunshot.
Like Whisper, big man fast, not little boy fast. Like so, probably Leon Bailey alone faster than him. Corey Burke a madman. Corey Burke wicked fast as well. I don't think Corey Burke is on the level. Technically, like our Whisper. I'm being completely honest.
I agree, bro.
So I do think Whisper can come on off the bench and score goals for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Or make things happen.
Finally, players I think confirm their spot, or who for me confirmed their spot in the Gold Cup. Not Connor Boyce Clark.
Wait.
Jamali Wade, Lati Bodie,
Yeah.
Lembeke is already there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Amabel already there.
Yeah.
Russell. I feel like Russell is already there.
Speak about the players who you'd say shot themselves in the foot. That's more like
Shot themselves in the, I feel like Richard King did himself a
because
disservice, bro. You're better than that.
confirmed Ethan Pinnock,
Mhm.
Leon Bailey, Bobby Reed, Michael Antonio. That's 4 people.
I said Damian Lowe post.
Damian Lowe, sorry. So that's 5.
Yep.
2 defenders.
Mhm.
Right?
I'm pretty sure we probably miss somebody.
And we have
maybe.
We have 19, so you add 5 to 19, that's 24. So definitively,
I'm sure we missed somebody.
We're confirmed for into the squad. When I hear about Raphael, when I hear about
when I hear. But yeah, players that shot themselves in the foot, bro. Or I'm not going to shot themselves out.
At least 2 or 3 of these players will not be going to the Gold Cup.
Richard King, I feel like did himself a disservice, and Demario Phillips, I don't expect to make the Gold Cup squad anyway. You know, but let me see if we are missing the players. Jamal Lowe maybe will be there.
Jamal Lowe is in there.
Jamal Lowe got there. Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's it, bro. Maybe no, I won't mention any other players. But yeah, Richard King, I needed to see better from Richard King. Corey Burke also. But hopefully I get another chance. I just want the best for Jamaica. That's where my head is at. You see me? So that's it, bro. Good luck to talk. You see me? Jamaica, let's go, man. Reggae boys, let's get a win on the board.
At least 3 goals.
Arguments, first win. You will get it against Jordan. You see it? People,
guaranteed.
If you like this video, like the video. Leave a comment and subscribe to this side at Sports TV. The one more thing for us, though.
Share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get us 6 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day, people?
There we go. For now, this is the side at Sports TV.
I'm out.
Yes, sir.